strategist and longtime booster, but again, no context to the photos. In one of them, we see a framed photo on Epstein's desk of a woman. Her face is concealed, apparently sprawled on a couch or the edge of a bed. Other photos show several more well-known Epstein acquaintances. This film director Woody Allen with Epstein, apparently a filming location. There's Epstein with the British billionaire Sir Richard Branson. There's a shot of Bill Gates with Britain's then Prince Andrew, though again, like all these photos, no context. This photo shows former President Bill Clinton, Jeffrey Epstein accomplice Ghislaine Maxwell, and 2 other people. We should note that late tonight, Republican House Oversight Committee Chairman James Comer threatened contempt proceedings against Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton if they don't appear for depositions on Epstein next week. Also among the photos, this one of a satirical Trump condom made by a New York novelty shop. One of those condoms is actually in the Smithsonian, though it's not on display. And more photos of Epstein himself, one in a tub, apparently taking a bubble bath, another at a bookstore, Barnes & Noble, apparently holding a book about himself over his face. Finally, there's this, unclear where it was taken, a GX99 massage therapy system. Joining me now, Democratic Congresswoman Melanie Stansbury, who sits on the committee that released the photos. Congresswoman, why did Democrats on your committee choose to release these photos now, and can you give any context around them? Do you know the context of them?
Yes, so I was briefed on this release this afternoon, and as I understand it, on Thursday afternoon, the estate notified the committee that they had additional documents to produce in response to the subpoena that the committee had issued. This would be the 4th tranche of documents that have been released. As you recall, the first was the birthday book, the second was flight schedules and a series of documents, and the third were the emails that were these explosive documents a few weeks ago. And so the latest is a set of photographs that seem to come from an iCloud account that Jeffrey Epstein held, as well as photos that were attached to emails. And as was explained to me by the attorneys from the committee, there was no context provided by the estate. So there are 95,000 photos released by the estate. The attorneys went to New York to meet with the estate to authenticate that these were indeed from the estate, and they were released to the committee. As the attorneys explained to me, they are only about 10% through the entire photograph cache, and that there are many more very, very disturbing photographs, including potentially photographs of sex acts and other disturbing photos in this cache of documents. And so I don't know the specifics as to why the committee chose this representative few photographs, but certainly the photographs are quite disturbing.
And just to be clear, what you just said, you said that there are other photographs that attorneys are still going through, which may show actual sex acts. Are those attorneys for your committee, or are those from the Epstein estate? Has the Epstein estate actually handed over those images already?
Yes, they have. So this is an actual document production pursuant to the congressional subpoena. So we subpoenaed these documents from the estate, and they've been producing various documents in various tranches. So like I said, this is the 4th production, and the attorneys for the committee, which is a bipartisan set of attorneys, so both Democratic and Republican attorneys, went to authenticate the release of these documents.
So do you know how many more photos your committee has, and do you know when they may be released?
As was explained to me by the attorneys today, there's about 95,000 photographs were released by the estate yesterday.
So you have, I mean, there's only been, I don't know, a dozen or so photographs released now. So you have almost 94,000 or plus photos still to go through, or are going through.
As I understand it, that is what the staff and attorneys on the committee are going through right now, yes.
All right, Congresswoman Melanie Stansbury, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Joining me now, former federal prosecutor and professor at the Cardozo School of Law, Jessica Roth, and Julie K. Brown, award-winning investigative reporter for the Miami Herald. Her work was vital in exposing the extent of Epstein's sex trafficking ring. She's also the author of Perversion of Justice, the Jeffrey Epstein Story. Julie, when you hear that there are some 90, I mean, it sounds like almost still 95,000 or 94 more plus thousand photos still to be released, what do you make? I mean, that's a huge amount.
Well, they probably encompass quite a number of years. when he was doing his sex trafficking in Palm Beach. We know from my interviews with those victims that Maxwell, they had reported that they were instructed at several points to pose provocatively in various stages of undress. And part of it sometimes was just to give Jeffrey a present, a birthday present or some kind of a gift with these pictures. She was with a camera all the time. I was told from some of these victims, so it could go back quite a ways that